All the contracts I didn't enter, and I never did find out who paid for them.
You think it might have been the Shadow Dragons?
If someone else wanted Veilguard dead enough to hire me, I bet they'd know about it.
We probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long. There's Dorian. Zeta, how are you?
Better with Aelia out of the picture. You know, my last show had a good crowd, in a good mood. Haven't seen that in a while.
There's Lenos's associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings, see if you can discover any clues about Lenos's plan.
Mostly gone. Warm. I don't even know what this is. Half-eaten stale bread, water flask, muddy socks. And this map. Minratha's targets. That doesn't sound good. A bedroll. It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain. This all sounds like trouble.
What are you poking about in there for?
Dorian will want to know.
Nothing else?
Hey, I didn't see you rifling through customers' belongings, did I?
This customer might be associated with Venatori. Be careful.
If he's Venatori, he's not like any I've encountered. He comes in when we open, orders one drink, and sits in the corner all day. Then he leaves when we close.
Anything else you know about that customer?
I heard his name's Erasmus. Keeps to himself and doesn't bother anyone, so I let him stay. Everything good?
Lenos intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in a city. You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
About to have a problem.
Got us in a distance!
Got it. You can look around.
Nice hit! End it now! Take him down! That becomes mine! Nice big trap straight! Well done, them!
Trouble ahead.
How's that?
End this!
Not even yours. Made it through that one.
Something tore through these gates. Something big. Watch out. I bet this darkspawn was what tore through the gates.
Take this shot!
I'm ready. Let's go. Hey, Ro! Nice shot.
We have company.
Pro gets his target.
On the job.
To the left! Watch yourself! That's got it.
More blight in the way. That did it.
Think there's enough of them? Time for a fight!
Everything's crumbling down here. Might be tricky to get out.
At least a dozen people have been lost trying to map this place. But I've mentioned that.
No good. There must be another one.
Find the blight boils. We need to clear the way and keep pushing. We got it. Way should be clear.
Shadow dragons? How did you... find this place? Venatori, to me! Do you think you've won? Do you think you can stop the Venatori? All the risen gods?
I won't give up the city to them. Or to you.
The Shadow Dragons have brought nothing but chaos to the city.
At least we're not trying to blight it. Move now. My job's done. Your turn. Take the shot.
One less corrupt Templar in Minrathous.
Can't say he'll be missed.
Let's look around, see what we find.
Eliso, we have a tale of a masked man who lived in the bowels of the city.
Sitting in the sewer and consumed with lust for a noble woman he couldn't have.
You know the story.
We have the same one in Minrathous.
The Risen God's ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for. These star charts predict an eclipse. To make magic stronger.
Ritual magic, empowered by an eclipse.
Lenos's documents. They detail Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do with Tevinter. All this. The ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans. We have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
We need to tell the Shadow Dragons what we found.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means?
This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You? On the throne? Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
Sounds like someone's got a plan.
Goodness, you make me sound absolutely nefarious. I love it. But yes, if the Venatori can scheme, so can we.
But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary. I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known. Allow the people to see the real justice served. Prove that from now on, we work for them.
We tried that already. Or have you forgotten the Lucerni? I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No. We have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're Shadow Dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, you have been instrumental in all this. Which strategy do you prefer?
What sort of change are you trying to achieve?
For a start, slavery. Abhorrent. It needs to go no more.
And Tevinter has been ruled by the Altus Mages for all of its history. That must change. The Zoparati, non-mages, deserve a say in their own governance.
And all that's just the beginning of what will undoubtedly be a long journey.
Shouldn't you be on the same side?
We are on the same side. We both know what Tevinter needs. How best to get it, that's the question.
If we went with Dorian's plan, I'd support it fully. But we won't, because he'll come around and realize that I'm right.
And I'd absolutely back you up on that, if you were right, which you aren't.
We'll see.
Will we?
Mevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
Dorian, are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the south. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends. The game is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
You want me to choose who'll be Archon? But I'm not even from here. I can't decide.
Then talk to the ones who are. See what they say. Asher and Tarquin, Nev, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right. I'll go do that.
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
Lenos got what he deserved.
Makes you smile, doesn't it? Drinks for everyone.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not going to mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Maevaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
Then they asked for my opinion. Can you believe it?
After all that talk about people needing a voice, I'd be looking at them sideways if they didn't.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Maevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Maevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
And whoever leaves will have the Shadow Dragon support, right?
Count on it.
We'll keep fighting. For Dorian. Or for Maevaris.
What else is there to do in this town, anyway? It rains all the damn time.
So what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. I'd call that a good day.
I meant about Maevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be the more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
You know me. I'm trouble. But more than that, it's your city. Your Tevinter. And I care about what you think.
Sweet talker. Maevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But if you're asking me, I'd go with Maevaris. She'll inspire people, show them that the Magisterium can be better than it is. Right now, after the gods and everything else, that's what this city needs. What we all need.
Thanks, Nev. That helps.
That's what I'm here for.
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods, so they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Mevaris.
Look at me, such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
What happens after it's decided who'll lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
Mevaris should lead.
I will not squander the opportunity. That is my promise to you all.
And May will have my full support, of course, for when enemies get in our way.
They will. It is Tevinter, after all.
The risen gods are still causing chaos. The people will need your voice to keep them fighting.
Oh, they will fight. This city has strength enough to stand against any so-called gods. We will win the day, and after that, we will win a brighter Tevinter for all of us. We won a victory against the Venatori. Okay. Step.
The Wardens will look out for you, and that includes me. Hey, Antoine. Evka.
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me a headache.
Please be careful.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new blight continues.
We know the gods changed the blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
It's still spreading, and it's still killing people. Seems our job is the same.
At least the part that matters.
So what's the blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here, in the wetlands.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest. What that could mean. Everything that calls the blight impacts the Wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
Antoine, you hear whispers in the blight. More than me and Evka. Are you...
Yes. A little sensitive, but it's not calling to me. Not yet. like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
So, how do I help?
Figured you'd be in. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived? Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the blight and it gets attacked, then the blight around Lavendel might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere. And spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
Stay safe, or as safe as you can.
I've no fear when FK's at my back.
You've always got me.
The Blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the Wardens, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
Something in here. It's not good.
You're the hero. You say when we're getting close and we'll back you up.
The eruption's on the other side of that barrier. You'll need to cut off the tendrils to break through.
While holding off dark spawn.
All set.
Now's your chance.
Better move before more darkspawn show up.
Oh, that's done.
Tendril. It's attached to...
Up on the ledge. We can hit the tendrils from there.
A ballista.
Well, that could be handy.
We're through.
And
Something awful is waiting past the gate. Here goes nothing.
What is... Is that the Blight eruption?
Mierda.
The Darkspawn are protecting it. We need to take them out. I can hear that eruption. Spreading blight. We need to stop this.
Talk to me!
The eruption is like an echo in my head.
Hang in there, Trouble. We're shutting this thing off.
Keep going.
These things are already dead. Get out of there.
Nothing's ready. Need to move. Got through that.
This is it. Let's get that eruption. All right, we strike and the whole thing goes up. All right, time to destroy this thing.
Have you seen her?
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you. Ah, Rook. Hi.
We knew when you hit that eruption. The blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it. Like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
I've never seen blight like that. And it felt different, like something under my skin.
Then you sense it too. So much has changed.
When the eruption was destroyed, some of the bigger tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive, buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
Oh, that's incredible. I wasn't expecting flowers.
It's what we're here to do, to make this possible again.
We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable.
The Order is those of us left now. When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until their calling, at least.
So the wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but Efka and I will be here. Others will stay too.
There's still blight in the world. There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
Are you two doing okay? Seriously?
I'm good. I've got everything I need right here.
Me too.
Do you really think something inside us has changed?
It's possible. Or maybe we're the same. But does that mean we'll be the same? The blight feels different. We know that already. The sound of it is changing. We know that too.
What that means? We don't know yet.
I'm going after the last archdemon ever.
Some warden has to do it.
We'll really see this happen.
The blight feels relentless most of the time. We see what it does up close.
A world dying. How it spreads. But we keep going.
And look, these flowers can make it back.
The blight. We really can do something about it.
Of course we can.
Helps to see it's true, though.
Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back...
We can stay here a bit longer first.
Oh, yes. I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
The wetlands aren't fully healed.
The flowers fought back.
Yeah. Pushing back the blight? It's possible.
Have you heard about the Shadow Dragon?
Zeta Siconia, back on stage. Where to see her? And who's the
These meetings can't be good for business. I'm here, Inquisitor. It isn't just Inquisitor, is it? You were someone before that.
Clan Llewellyn. We try to be no one you've heard of. Morrigan is holding a perimeter. We're alone. Tell me what Solus did at Elganon's ritual.
Sounds like you already know.
I need to hear it from you.
Elganon raised his archdemon. Solus got us out of there. We saved a lot of people.
You sound grateful.
Why not? He really did help.
It seems so. He's always thinking about where it ends. How many of his names do you know? God of Lies, Dreadwolf, Fen'Harel. They're titles he earned from enemies, followers, and fractured history. He and I shared another name. Vanan.
Your heart. He meant that much?
Yes, he did. You've spoken to him in your dreams. You felt the power of that mind. His love could burn against me like a bonfire. He seemed so kind, and wise, and sad, and looked at me as if I somehow mattered more than anything around us. For a time, I thought I would have followed anywhere he asked me to.
Did he try to get you to come with him on his quest to tear down the Veil?
No. In fact, he forbade me to join him. He said he didn't want me to see what he would become. But that wasn't quite the truth. He's a terrible liar.
He's the god of lies, Inquisitor.
Tricks and treachery, yes. Lies of the heart? No. He forbade me to join him because I might have changed his mind. And then he left enough clues for us to follow anyway.
Hold on. You think he wanted you to stop him?
His name is Solus. It means pride. Perhaps he couldn't change his mind himself and hoped that someone else could help him. Or maybe I'm the prideful one, imagining his broken heart so that I never have to face my folly. That I loved someone who made such grave mistakes, that I might love him still.
You almost sound like you're ready to join him in that prison in the Fade.
To give up the world for him? No. We've got to save it first. But after? If there were a way? If he felt the same? If I could leave the world behind and just have him? I don't know.
He really made you happy?
Yes. He really did.
Well, you deserve to be happy. As long as he's not, you know, trying to tear down the Veil again.
That would put a dampener on things, yes.
This is all hypothetical anyway. He's trapped in the Fade with no way out.
He's surprised us before. But enough about me. Tell me about you and Nev.
What? Who? How?
Morrigan has eyes everywhere.
Oh, of course she does.
the Anton do whatever they want. They used comic on civilians. On your own people.
And how precisely would you have suggested I stop them?
Call on the crows? Ask for our help?
So you can murder a few Antom here and there, giving them an excuse to retaliate against even more citizens? We have enough trouble already, or have you forgotten the Blight?
I can't believe you're defending them.
I am not defending anyone, Jacobus.
You're letting them be a part of this? My cousin died because the governor didn't stop the Antom from taking over.
Jacobus?
I'm fine. But I'm not going to be a part of this.
Well, now that unpleasantness is dealt with, about your mysterious informant.
Whoever they are, they know the Antam and Treviso.
Your message made it sound like this informant also knows where the gods are staging their ritual.
Treviso does not need this troublemaker. This should be left to proper officials.
It very much concerns Rook. We have a contact who offers access to the Butcher and privileged information on the gods.
A chance to find your gods and to free the city. A prize for both our causes.
The contact, they aren't a crow. Can we trust them?
It isn't a crow, but they know the city and the Antam.
How do you know it's for real?
They gave us patrol patterns. Dreadnought arrivals. Their information is real.
And you didn't share this with me?
People in this city continue to sicken and die. Do you not have other more pressing matters to attend to?
So where are we meeting?
Near the field hospital, where the market used to be.
And they ask for me, not you or Viago.
Even with what happened to Treviso, your fight against the gods is spoken of by many. You have respect, and no small admiration.
From who, though? That's the question.
There's really no clue who it is?
They're foolish enough to think crows are reliable. That's a clue about their worth.
They promise help.
So do you, when you're not killing each other. Treviso deserves better.
It's getting the best.
That has yet to be proven.
Hypothetically, what if I'm walking into an ambush?
I would prepare for one.
Not everything is an adder in the wardrobe.
I said to prepare. I didn't say not to go.
What about the human help that Anton was getting? You have any leads on that?
We continue what you started. The other Talons are turning over every stone.
You trust them? Not even your first Talon is safe from your infighting.
We are all Antivan crows.
And yet those of us sworn to Treviso are beneath you.
I'll talk with this mystery contact.
And the rest of us will hope not to get caught in your crossfire again.
If we can remove the Butcher and weaken the Antam, then perhaps Treviso can start to heal from the Blight. With luck, this informant is our key to that. Find them, Rook. Hear what they have to say. Our informant is near the field hospital, Rook.
They said you'd know them on sight.
Remember, there are injured people there. Don't damage anything.
Rook, Viago and I are visiting the new memorial. For those we've recently lost.
After all you have done, you are most welcome to join us.
Thank you.
An unknown contact. Sounds like a trap.
We're fighting gods with the crows. I'm curious who would try to trap us. If our informant actually knows where Elganon and Gillinane are performing their next ritual, it's worth the risk.
We are not here to be formal. There have been enough funerals.
Did you know? I was just turning to say something to Air the other day. Before I remembered, she was no longer there.
Fletcher.
I didn't know Chance for long, but he seemed like a good man.
Terrible taste in furniture. He always smothered everything in gold. I'll miss hearing him complaining that I complain about it.
The diamond, the entire city feels so empty. I wonder if it will ever not feel that way.
I'm only a visitor, but I don't think Treviso will stay down for long.
I'm told we are a charmingly stubborn people.
The Blight, that is the problem. But you did fight it back. If we did it once, we can do it again.
Let's hope there is something in that.
When did you get here?
A while ago. I was reading the letters. Messages for loved ones. Prayers to the Maker. A few letters are to people I would have liked to know again.
All these words for the dead. Do you believe anyone or anything sees them?
After I was captured by the Venatori, I would have said no. How could the Maker or any power permit what happened in that place? After all we have seen, I still don't know who, if anyone, hears our cries. But now, I hope they do.
Who else did you lose in Treviso? Other crows?
A few. Not all were crows. Some just lived daily lives in the city. Local merchants, people who put out the morning coffee as we headed to bed. After the ossuary, I wanted to walk by and see them again. As if I could return to where I left off.
Is there anything else we should say?
I did mention this isn't formal.
But we should do something.
A toast, then. Something we promise the dead we will think about over drinks to come.
The time they bought us. The world we'll build with it.
Neither will go to waste.
The crows rule Antiva. And tonight, we mourn with her.
There's apple here. There's an...
Interesting letter there, Rook.
My uncle found a beautiful place in Rialto, with room for the children.
I think that art merchant with information on the Antam lives near here. Hello? Are you alright?
Anton said you have been in gallery. Then the brutes have to get more reinforcements against a single woman. Would you be a dear and clear away all the refuse?
I didn't know the Antam had such strong opinions on art.
My saviors, welcome!
Viago said you had information on the Antam. Are they after you?
They barricaded me in and said I would starve unless I handed over the contents of my gallery. Lately, they've been taking paintings, sculptures, all sorts of treasures. And to think I overheard someone in the market yesterday bragging about dealing with the atrocious brutes. The market master might know more about what those dreadful Antam are up to. I'm in your debt. Please look around. I hope dear Viago can make next week's exhibition. The blight has changed the entire
All right. We should talk to the market master if we want to learn why Antam are stealing pieces of art.
We need more bandages.
Hello. This might sound strange, but I was told you might know about Antam stealing paintings.
It's bad for business. And somebody here knows something. Everyone notices the master of the market. But you, stay hidden. Listen near the stalls. You might learn something about our Antam art collectors.
Let's listen carefully around the market. Don't want to scare anyone off.
Hardly got any sleep last night. Just the thought of living next to the blight.
Makes you sick, doesn't it?
Barely any customers today.
It's a wonder anyone still lives in the city, the way it is now.
The blight.
But I mean, Antam, I didn't think they went in for things like fancy paintings.
I wouldn't know anything about... Well, that would explain the Antam who came by not an hour ago. They took my best sculpts without paying.
Huh. Right here?
Oh, yes. I did hear they've been piling up stolen goods in a camp in the Drowned District.
We're close to that camp where the Antam took that merchant's stolen sculpture.
They're all...
Got us from a distance.
That should speak.
Okay, let's look around for that stolen art, or any sign of what the Antom are doing with it. Nothing here.
Still nothing.
Strange. You'd think a few statues would stand out.
Still nothing. I don't see anything that merchant in the market was talking about. No stolen art.
I've got a hunch we should check with him again.
Are you and Viago getting along?
No, it's nothing.
You killed the blighted dragon, and another besides. I am grateful for that. Such a contract, any contract, must never be left unfinished. It's like a letter never sent.
We're going to be okay.
That merchant who said the Antom stole his artwork, he's with the Venatori. I'll bet he caught us listening in.
So he sent us off on a chase. Should have seen it coming.
The note said the Antom are trading the art to Venatori collectors in exchange for rare magical components.
Mierda. As if the blight in the streets was not enough.
The note doesn't say what the components are for, but the meeting location is a different Antom camp, in the center of the city. Let's head there and figure out what they're working on with the Venatori. Okay. We're close to the camp where Antom are trading with the Venatori for magical components.
Trouble ahead.
It's those sneaks from the market.
He said he would hunt a Venatori.
Just to kill them.
Doctrines ready.
All right. Let's find out what the Antom and the Venatori are actually doing here. This note is about Gatlock, that Kunari blasting powder. The Arntam are using magical components from the Venatori to make it more explosive. Much more explosive.
Well, look at what they can achieve when they work together.
We must go to Diego with this as soon as possible.
Agreed.
A handful of Antam have left the city.
Only a handful?
I heard they fear the Blight in the Good news?
The Venatori are helping the Arntam make their Gatlock explosives even more powerful.
What?
It's not ready yet. They're still experimenting.
Then we have some time. The Crows will investigate.
We had better. I am sure we'd be among the Antam's first targets.
See? I told you. Just a cold. Cough's all gone. Challenge accepted.
Rathari Allah.
The Andam can't be allowed to stay.
Okay. Viago and Taya said our informant is somewhere in the market. Let's find them. I just hope their supposed information about the god's location is actually true.
Rook, I presume.
The Butcher!
There's no need for that. Treviso is the trap, not this meeting. Please. So tense. I promise, I'll signal when it's time to fight.
Strange way to ambush someone.
I don't have to ambush anyone. You think I couldn't just march on the crows? Scattered Antam flock to me. I have the soldiers to raise your casino and every inch of this city.
But I'll bet there's no profit in actually winning.
There's money being made by the occupation. But not by me. I said Treviso was the trap, and I meant it. The Jewel of Antiva. She sings even while caged. Such purity in every stone. It's trapped my heart. I love this city.
You have a strange way of showing your affection.
I conquered it. I didn't betray it. Not like the cattle born here. You know there are traitors here. They ransom their own city. Literal gods stalk the land, but these filth worship their own purses. But you're different. You and the crows stay true to your roles. It means something when you die, and even more when you kill. You're as much a work of art as this city. And you want a secret from me.
If you really do love this city, you'll tell me where the gods are holding their ritual.
The gods gods, they give strength. But all they ask in return is everything. I can feel their corruption. I can hear their whispers. They're calling for a ritual. If I give in, I'll know where you need to go. But I will lose my jewel. My city! So... you live in a casino. Let us make a game of this. I will become what the gods want. Welcome their whispers. Meet me and show me if the crows deserve my city.
The Butcher was our contact, and he's letting himself fall to the Blight? Finish them off! We need to go after the Butcher! So the Butcher wants us to prove we're worthy of saving Treviso. That's what's happening.
He's given in to the gods' corruption.
Everyone's acting like normal, like the Butcher hasn't gone nuts.
So they don't know. Or it's easier to play along.
Safer to keep your head down, I guess.
I wait among the drowned. I see what you need.
What do you mean?
You deserve it.
Your apartment.
Hear the shift in his voice? He's changing.
My Treviso. Back to the traitors who gave you to me.
There's the Butcher. He's a Reaver and fighting his own Antom.
That thing cannot answer questions.
We have to hope he's still in there.
And I see the ritual. Match me! Fight me! Win this city!
And he named the ritual site Tearstone Island.
The Butcher kept his word.
He got the death he wanted. Good trade, I guess. And he gave us the information we came for.
Yes, truly the Butcher was a paragon of honor and virtue, and we are all devastated to see him go.
Eventually.
And now you have a location for your final pointless confrontation. The gods are at Tearstone Island. Isn't that what you wanted? A chance to die a hero's death? So go. Leave Treviso to those who deserve it. What's left of it, anyways.
The Butcher did warn us about a traitor. Didn't get a chance to name them, though. Thanks for confirming that for us, Evenchi.
Given how much that man talked, I'm shocked he actually kept his mouth shut.
You sold Treviso out to the Antom.
I did what I did to help this city, to save it, to keep my people from being slaughtered like cattle by the Antom. And you let us suffer and sicken in favor of Minrathous. I gave up the crows, you gave up the whole city. Treviso is dying, Rook, and its killer wears your face.
I've met some terrible people lately, even without counting Elganon and Gillinane. You're right up there in some pretty august company. What if Treviso's people could have fought back, could have rallied to the city's defense? But the Antom kept them weak, let them die. That happened because of a choice you made. I live with the consequences of my decisions. Can you say the same?
You live with nothing, Rook! You have the luxury of distraction, of defining all your actions by the greater good. So take your team to Tearstone Island. Face Elganon and Gillinane, strike them down. Or don't. Either way, Treviso is dying. But it's still mine. Leave its funerary rites to one who cared enough about this city to make themselves its villain.
It makes sense now. Every decision they made shows it.
The governor betrayed us all. And for what? A city that is sick, and whose recovery will be measured in years.
I take it you heard? The Butcher's dead.
And in his place is the traitor we knew was lurking. And the Antom fell in line?
Whatever the Antom are looking for, Evenchi's giving it to them.
The Blight changes things. Even the Antom fear it. The governor has given them a clear purpose. They were more cunning than I thought.
Something always bothered me about Evenchi.
Many things bothered me about Evenchi. Yet I did not spot the most important one.
This wasn't a failure. You gave us the name we needed.
The hand that leashed Treviso. The Butcher was the mouth, but the hand was Evenchi all along. They think they have the power in the Antom, and a network doing their will.
But we have the face of our enemy.
Evenchi will be hiding, so we will hound their Antom and make them desperate.
When the governors show themselves again, we end this.
You're not concerned the gods will send the Antom more support?
The gods might come for us, but they're coming for everyone. I believe you are crafting the answer to that, and we will help as we can.
When Evenchi left, they made it sound like they were planning something.
I suspect it will be about restoring order as they see it, and that the crows will be first on their list.
Whatever the good governor's intent, we'll end it.
Evenchi keeps talking about restoring order and rebuilding Treviso, but what then?
I believe the good governor's plan was to risk the city to try and claim the nation. If the Antom beheaded the crows, who would merchant princes hire? Who would invaders fear?
As if the Antom would fill that role. This was a bookkeeper's angry grab at power.
We'll stop Evenchi.
The gods. Did you learn where they will be?
Tearstone Island. Evenchi confirmed it before they left.
We know the time to face Elgar'nan and Gillenane approaches, but it will not take us long to find Evenchi.
If you truly want to help Treviso recover from the Blight, help us deal with the governor.
We'll let you know when we'll make our move. And after that, Treviso will be free.
I need to get the team around the table and talk about what's next. How did no one see Evenchi's betrayal coming?
Perhaps they did. There's a difference between knowing and being willing to stand.
They were someone else's problem, and the city paid the price.
The fires are lit.
Up for a trip to the Cobbled Swan?
Why? What's happening?
Nothing that I know of. With Aelia taken care of, I thought we'd check in. Maybe enjoy the Swan for once?
So, the other Griffins, you decided what to do with them, right?
Yeah, they'll go back to Evka and Antoine. Learn to be wardens again.
Right. Oh, that's great, but just to be sure, you didn't find an extra one, did you?
But Laura, you can't have a griffin.
I didn't say anything.
You don't have to.
Spite will not stop demanding revenge for Treviso. Is there any more we can do?
Are you really the demon of Vibrantium?
Why do you ask?
We like to get to know our visitors. If you're ever bored, I've got Venatori I could point you at.
Cedar, how was your last show?
No fights and no one abducted in the middle of my set. Call me boring. Call me shallow. But I prefer shows where I'm the center of attention.
Thought the cart was done when the Venatori grabbed me. You did a good job polishing her up.
I was happy to help. Besides, Nev might starve without your cart.
Yeah, well, free fish next time. You too, Gallus.
Sure, Hal. Rana, I've got someone for you to meet.
Right. I'm almost finished here.
Good reading? And here I thought you'd be working our cases.
I got a tip on a red lyrium smuggler who leaves coded messages in the paper. I placed a coded ad pretending to be a buyer. If the smuggler took the bait, I'll know where he's trading the goods.
One day we'll come here and not get mixed up in something.
Well, then what would we do for fun?
I've got a few ideas.
Until then, it's reading the paper. What could go wrong?
Are we tempting fate now? That is fun. So, what are we after?
We're looking for the phrase Virantium Brandy.
Got it.
Hold on. What's this? Nev Gallus and Rana Savas, investigators?
Right. That. I may have paid for another small advertisement.
You what?
If we want to help people, they need an easier way to find us. It's approachable.
I regret this already.
That's brilliant. Maybe we should advertise.
Slow down. We haven't seen if this one works out.
There, Virantium brandy. I know where to stop the red lyrium deal. This one, anyway.
Good catch. You might work out after all. Still, I'd prefer you have backup when you need it. And if I'm not around... Rana, meet the Viper. I put in a word for you.
The Viper? You're real? Wait, a word? For what?
Come. It's time you met the Shadow Dragons.
Are you Nev Gallus?
How did you...
I saw your advertisement. I need your help.
Then you're in the right place.
My hero.
I wasn't already? Have a seat. I'm guessing you've got a story.
It worked.
Rook, good. We have discovered what Ivenchi is planning for Treviso. The Butcher was making Kamek. It's a poison that sedates people, warps their minds.
A large portion of his Kamek went missing. Would you like to guess the culprit?
Ivenchi.
The governor intends to release it all around the city to pacify violent seditionists.
They called us reckless, and now... Now Ivenchi will ruin the minds of thousands in this city to have their peace and order.
Who is Ivenchi planning to poison with the Kamek? Aside from the crows?
People who have spoken up too loudly against the Antam.
Anyone too friendly with the crows. I doubt Ivenchi is familiar with poisons. I guarantee the Kamek will spread to the rest of the city as well.
Destroying your own people's minds. How could Ivenchi do this?
By telling themselves there is nothing else to be done.
After the dragon attack, and then the blight... The governor is a coward who has given up on Treviso.
Better to poison the last of it themselves than let anyone else solve these things.
It is finally time to strike. Go to the garrison and prevent Ivenchi from releasing the Kamek.
Once you are there, Thea and I will lead the crows against the rest of Ivenchi's forces in the city.
Understood.
There is something else. Jacobus stormed off earlier. He did not look well.
Look out for him, would you?
Of course. We'll head to the garrison.
Do you think Ivenchi would target the field hospital?
I would not put anything past them now.
There's the garrison.
You look distracted.
Onto the garrison and the governor.
Please, go on. You look distracted. Something on your mind?
You ever get a bad feeling you can't shake, but you don't know if it's for you or someone else?
With my job, it's usually both.
The courtyard looks empty.
No guards. Where are the Antam?
Ivenchi must be further in. We clear the garrison this time. Ivenchi's got to know there's no way out for a traitor.
escape across the roof.
End it now.
Don't cross a crow. Courtyard's full of darkspawn.
That explains why Avenchi's Anton were trying to run.
Got company.
Avenchi's blighted.
Avenchi! Traitor!
Wait! Jacobus!
Am I poisoning it?
Okay, now for Avenchi.
I will see you dead if it's the last thing I do before the blight takes me!
Something's wrong. Something in the air.
Aren't real?
I see the comic is working!
Nice heat! Save a little for the rest of us, Rook.
Dark spawn at the gates hadn't scratched me, blighted me. If you hadn't interfered,
it wouldn't have made a difference.
Neither will my death. My comet could have helped stabilize the city, but it's still blighted, dying. Nothing can save Treviso now.
We just stopped the governor from poisoning people. That's a start.
I did it to protect the city!
You did it because you wanted it for yourself. You say you did all this for Treviso, eventually to protect it. But you never really believed in it.
What would you know about the city I love?
The Antam.
If Rook hadn't stopped the governor. Rook! I should have wine. We should toast you.
Evenchi is dead. The comic is being disposed of. All thanks to you.
The garrison's a mess.
Details.
The Antam remain, though with Evenchi gone, I think we will be able to persuade them to move on in the coming months.
People are being moved to safer areas outside the Blight. Crows have time now to patrol for Darkspawn.
It will take years, but we can plan for Treviso's future now that it has one.
Treviso would have fallen long ago if it really didn't have a chance.
I'm not so sure. A city is only as healthy as those who care for it.
You never gave up, Rook. We will repay that in full. But life is so dull if all we talk about are responsibilities. It is time to celebrate.
For our victory.
For Treviso's freedom.
For the crows.
What an excellent idea. Viago, dear, you mentioned something about getting us drinks? Rook, we have news about the Antam's experiments with Gatlock.
What's happening?
They're working with Venatori to set off these new and improved explosives across the city.
The Antam will claim it was to scare away Darkspawn, while they destroy areas loyal to the Crows.
Our agents cannot be everywhere. I will mark several locations where they store this Gatlock. Destroy it, discreetly.
You look distracted. Something on your mind?
You ever get a bad feeling you can't shake, but you don't know if it's for you or someone else?
With mind your...
There's the experimental Gatlock. It's like the Veilguard and Antam are guarding it, but they haven't said it to explode yet.
At least they're in one place.
It's one of the crows!
Last you will ever see.
Keep them away from the Mage's Gatlock! If not, then...
Take the shot!
He's fighting! I am empowered!
We need to get rid of the rest of this Gatlock.
You look distracted. Something on your mind?
You ever get a bad feeling you can't shake, but you don't know if it's for you or someone else?
With my job, it's usually both.
Yeah.
That's all the Gatlock here. On to the next spot.
Did you hear? They tore down the checkpoint.
Best place in Treviso.
People feel at home here.
What did they say?
The wardens have found tendrils of blight.
We have inscribed Jacobus's name on the memorial.
I'm at the point where you're
Over there. More of that gatlock the Venatori made stronger.
Move faster, sluggards! Behind you!
Hang on, Carlos.
Right again! Side. How's your chance? I hate to be on their side.
Made it through that one. Company, get ready.
Say the word.
Let's do this again.
Take them down.
Beat the odds there.
Okay, just one more pile of Gatlock to deal with.
Good. The Antam barely seem to know how to use it themselves. Be ready.
There's that last cache of Gatlock. And the Antom and Venatori are on alert.
Don't let them get close to the Gatlock! Maybe we did. Get back to your last gas! Now's your turn!
Stay in cover! Understood.
My job's done. Your turn.
There. We've gotten rid of the last of this new Gatlock.
The Venatori and Anton didn't seem to enjoy each other's company.
Neither seemed impressed with their magical Gatlock either.
And they won't be making another batch anytime soon. Treviso may be blighted, but no one's burning down any part of it.
And the Antam have been reminded that the crows have ears everywhere.
I think we've done what we can for Treviso. We've shown everyone you can stand against the Antom and the Blight.